today I'm going to talk about the difference between Relion Prime versus the Relion Classic. These are both glucose meters exclusive to Walmart, and I believe they also sell them at their Sam's Clubs. They're in-house glucose meters, and then they're in-house test strips that go with them. First of all, the Relion Prime is a meter that they've had around several years. One of the first affordable, really affordable store brand meters. It's available in a red and blue. Test strips run $9 per 50, so 18 cents a strip. The machine itself is $9. Their other line is called Relion Premier. This is the classic, the Relion Premier Classic. It is also $9. The test strips for the Premier run $9 per 50 as well, or $17.99 for 100, I believe. So same price per test strip, 18 cents a strip. And then we'll look at each one of these a little bit closer here. The machine, in the box you get the machine. Of course you have to buy the test strip separately, and then you need to buy a lancet device. The lancet device is simply the device that pokes your finger to get the blood for testing. The best deal for lancets from Walmart is their lancing device and the ultra thin lancets. The device itself runs $8 or $5.84, so just under $6. And then the lancets, which you use a new one each time, there's 200 in there. That is essentially the needle that pokes your finger, and those run $2.64 for 200, so real economical. Another option available at Walmart are their single-use lancets. This for a box of 50 is $3.44. So probably not necessary for everyday use at home, but sometimes it's handy to just have these little portable ones. You can keep a few at work or some in the car and have a portable lancet device. But for everyday use and the most economical use, I do recommend the Relion lancing device as well as their lancets. It's real simple to use. The lancet device right here is how you load the spring. When you push the button, that causes the lancet to go ahead and lance your finger. All you need to do is remove the cap, stick the lancet in there, twist off the top of the lancet. That will expose the needle that you're going to use. Replace the cap, and then you can adjust the depth selector. I usually go somewhere in the middle. That is a personal preference, and you'll find out as you use it where the best setting is for you to produce the drop of blood you need without poking or giving you a bigger drop of blood than you need. But typically start in the middle and go from there. The smaller line would be for thin and delicate skin, and the larger line would be for tough, callous skin. All right, so let's look first at the Relion Prime meter. This is the one they've had for several years now, available in blue and red. So to use the meter is pretty simple. All you do is you get the meter, retrieve a test strip, put that in the meter, of course. Meter will come on, and there it's prompting you for a drop of blood. So of course you wash your hands with warm soapy water, and you have a fresh lancet in your lancet device, side of the finger. Give it a poke, gently massage the finger if you need to get a little bit out there, and there you go. We'll take your reading. That is the Relion Prime meter. So the other meter is the Relion Premier Classic, and it also does not include the lancet device, so I would recommend you get that same lancet device, the device to poke your finger, with the Relion Premier. Now the interesting thing, the Relion Premier line actually has 4 meters. I prefer the Relion Classic, which is the $9 meter, but the other meters available are the Relion Premier Compact. This meter is $19.44. This meter includes 50 test strips with it, as well as a lancing device. So everything you need to get started there, and in one package, which is kind of handy. But for a few more dollars, you can buy it separately with a Relion Premier Classic, as well as the test strips and the Lancet device. Just a few more functions, and I find this machine just a little easier to use. One of the other machines in their Premier line is the Relion Premier Voice. This may be useful for those people who have a little difficulty with vision, difficulty reading the screen. Just a little handier, as there is a speaker on there that will tell you what your reading is. The Relion Premier Voice sells for $14.98, and of course these all use the Relion Premier test strips, which run $9 per 50 or $17.99 per 100, or 18 cents a test strip. Lastly, in their Relion Premier line is their Blue. The Relion Premier Blue, of course, has Bluetooth, and their app you can use on your phone. I have not used the app a whole lot, so I haven't played around with that meter a whole lot. That one retails for $18.98. So the most expensive standalone meter in the Relion Premier line. But let's show you how easy it is to take a reading with a Relion Premier Classic. Again, you do the same thing. You need to wash your hands, warm soapy water, always before you touch your blood sugar. You need to remove the lancet that we had in our machine, or in our Lancet device. Typically, you're going to just jab the needle into the cap that you took off, and then that makes that easier to dispose of without anyone ever accidentally getting poked with that lancet you've already used. So again, we put in the lancet, remove the top, replace the cap of the Lancet device, set it to our preferred depth, make sure the spring is charged, get our meter, the Relion Premier Classic. Oh, yeah, these are Relion Premier. You have to be careful, the test strips are not interchangeable. So the Prime only works, of course, with the Prime meters, and the Premier is going to work with the Walmart's newer line, the Premier. And of course the test strips do look different. So you just insert that, and there it's prompting us to apply the drop of blood. All right, clean fingers, fresh lancet, side of the finger. Let's see if I got that good enough. Oh yeah. There we go. There's our reading. So my preferred meter is definitely the Relion Premier Classic. It's amazing how inexpensive they have their test strips available for 18 cents a piece. I've not seen anything more affordable than that. I think this meter is perfect for pre-diabetics and type 2 diabetics because it allows you to test often, really get a feel for what sort of lifestyle and dietary changes may work for you, kind of get an idea of foods that really set your blood sugar off, see if your blood sugar is better on days that you exercise. And at 18 cents a test, many people can afford to test frequently. I also like that the Relion Premier Classic uses AAA batteries, a lot easier to find. Most of the blood sugar meters take a 2032 battery, which most pharmacies will have in stock, and typically most hardware stores will too. So they're not that hard to find, but most people are going to have AAA batteries at home, which makes it a little more convenient with the Relion Premier Classic. So both machines cost the same. Both the test strips run 18 cents a test, and of course the Lancet device, it doesn't matter what you use to poke your finger, but you can get the Lancet device in 200 Lancets for about $8. So the Relion Premier Classic is the one I recommend for most people. Any questions on these meters, you can ask below in the comments. I will do my best to answer that for you, and I would appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.